We're gonna be looking at 3 different Mary-Kate and Ashley shorts, and we're gonna...
If you can stand it.
Is that logical?
This is the most uncomfortable I've ever been watching a Mary-Kate and Ashley thing. This is no bueno. It feels like we're on a watch list because of it.
Watch this.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, Phelan!
I better not be invited.
You're invited. Come on, we've got a lot to do.
It's been, what, 4 years? Let's do another Mary-Kate and Ashley triple feature. The time is right for triple feature number 5.
It's no good.
That's no good.
We're gonna be looking at 3 different Mary-Kate and Ashley shorts, and we're gonna...
If you can stand it.
If you can stand it.
Can you make it through all 3?
If you watch all 3, you win $1 million. You stay in the haunted house.
Disclaimer, you will not win anything.
Let's not make people wait for what they want. We watched the first one.
Which was Mary-Kate and Ashley go to Camp Blood.
Yeah, they go to Camp Blood. This was on a DVD. This was the camp out party.
This is the clearest we've seen one of these.
Yeah, a lot of these are just VHSs that we ripped, but we found a DVD of Mary-Kate and Ashley's favorites, which I don't believe they actually selected.
They personally went to them and said, select your favorite.
I don't think Mary-Kate or Ashley were consulted about what their favorite parties were.
You know, if they asked them, they'd be like... like at the end bloopers.
Just put whichever one on there. This can't have been one of their favorites, because even at the beginning of this one, they're talking about how they're out of ideas. Like, what other kind of parties can we do? We kind of did them all, right?
We've had a birthday party, a sleepover party, and a Christmas party. What's left? See, that's the problem. I don't know.
Seems to be running a little low on ideas.
Ashley hated the whole camping idea the whole time.
Yeah, she went, good one, Mary-Kate. I think that was on one of them, Fashion Party. I think that was the good one,
nice.
Mary-Kate.
Whoa, we'll have that in better quality.
Yeah, we'll have better quality for Matt to cut to, so it's not a shitty rip.
This is cutting edge. Good one, Mary-Kate.
In case you're wondering, it was Fashion Party, Costume Party, and Camp Out Party were their favorites.
Sure.
Look at them, they're having a great time. They're dancing.
Yeah.
Whoa. Look at it all out of focus.
Whoa.
Whoa. Yeah, there it is. Yay! We got it.
On the menu, I swear it made them look a lot younger than they really are in it.
They're definitely younger than this in these.
Mm-hmm.
The Fashion Party, they were getting around that age, I think. But they were
older than the menu made it look.
Yeah, they still tried to make them look super young in all of these. They weren't very old in it, though.
No, they weren't that old. It's so funny, like, trying to make kids look younger. Ugh, you're showing your age.
Yeah, I don't know how old they were. It felt like they were too old to be wearing onesies, but too young to be out on their own. But I guess the twist at the end was they were in their backyard, which didn't really make sense.
They definitely went out into the woods at points, because like you're talking about, they saw other people like going across the trails and stuff. They were not in their backyard anymore. They had to hit public land though if there's random hikers and stuff. Yeah,
there was random hikers, there was a river, there's all these things you don't typically have in your backyard. But maybe Mary-Kate and Ashley had that in their backyard. I don't know. No, I feel like in other canons they had a pool party in their backyard. There was a pool back there.
What is the Mary-Kate and Ashley multiverse?
Yeah, what is the I think we discussed this in previous ones.
The Clue ones, they're like from a different universe. It's like sort of the same, but not quite.
Yeah, well, they have the dog in other ones.
Yeah, but
they have Clue in both of them.
Is it just the different version of the dog?
Oh my god.
In one he's a detective, in one he's a lazy sack of shit.
And where his footage reverses, and then he dances.
I can't be bothered to move.
Do they have parties, but then they also solve mysteries? Or is it maybe they're imagining they solve these mysteries and they never really happened? Or maybe they solve the mysteries and they imagine the parties that never really happened because they didn't have any friends.
Yeah, they're like, we're gonna have a big camp out party. Here we're gonna have 2 friends.
They said they called all of their friends and then those were the 2 that showed up. I don't know if they've been in any of the other specials. I do know they did them pretty dirty though, because when they were singing the songs, it's pretty typical that the background singers are like grown women, but they have like solos for them that are clearly adults dubbing them over. And it's really creepy.
Those annoying little things.
Annoying little things. Come on, come on, come on. We can hardly wait.
They do not care about the friends. Mary, Kate, and Ashley and friends.
Yeah, one of them, they're roasting marshmallows, and then one of them just stuck a whole ass fish, and she's roasting the fish next to them. I'm like, what?
Yeah, they got marshmallows, and the other friend's like, I got a caramel cod.
I got a caramel cod.
The stupid friends, they're like the U.S. Acres of Mary, Kate, and Ashley.
Yeah, like no one wants to watch the Ant.
The friends. Dub them with whoever.
You know what? I feel like the friends in this one got some special privileges that other friends in the other ones didn't do. Because they got solo songs from both of the twins, so they got one-on-one time with each of them.
Yeah, they split them up for a bit, because Ashley hates camping.
Yeah, Ashley hates camping. This one has a clear divide between Mary, Kate, and Ashley, which I don't feel
makes
is...
it really nice to separate them. You're like, okay, I know which one is which for a lot of this one.
Yeah, none of these other ones I've been able to tell who's who, except for Good One, Mary Kate. I know who says that.
Good one, Mary Kate.
Yeah, like there's a clear divide between them. Ashley does not like camping, Mary Kate does. Mostly Ashley doesn't like bugs. She sang about the bugs getting in the food, and then there was like a bumblebee, like a little stuffed bumblebee.
Yeah, they're holding it like at the edge of the camera.
Oh my gosh, here comes a big bumblebee.
Here's the bumblebee.
Here's the bumblebee.
Oh, Vampire Garfield. Big bad hairy deal, Mary Kate. Oh no!
It's good to eat bugs.
Yeah, we love eating bugs.
Ashley loves eating bugs.
They had their little river dance while they sang about eating bugs.
They had some good choreography. They had the little river dance, and then they had the...
Annoying little things
that grab your attention.
grab your attention.
While we're on choreography, I do want to talk about the Bigfoot zombie dance that they do. That was also some pretty good
Hey,
choreography.
everybody, do the idiot!
That must be Bigfoot just outside.
Hey, everybody! Come on, let's do the idiot!
Anyway, sorry, the food?
The food. They had hungry woman.
Was this their attempt at like Quaker style oats? Like, you can't get us on the copyright for this.
Quaker style oats. We're bringing up our favorite movie again.
Was it Suburban Nights they did the Quaker Oats, or was it To Boldly Flee? It was when Mati dies was the Quaker style oats, because they put his ashes in the can, so that was Suburban Nights.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess it featured in both.
Yeah. They have a bit where they put Mati, the character from Captain Planet, his ashes in the Quaker Oats, but they didn't want to get in trouble with copyright, so they wrote Quaker style oats on there and put a mustache, and they're like, we got it.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Did you...
If they say that, like, this is copyright infringement, well, plot hole. Sorry, Matt, for making you think of Suburban Nights again.
They open the fridge. You see a bunch of logos. They have something in front of the C on Crunch, like ice cream bars. It's Runch bars. But you see the popsicle logo all over the place. It's like, are they taking popsicles? Because they don't put it in a cooler. They just have a bag that they, like, hang up in a tree so bears won't kill them.
Yeah, they're just gonna get popsicle soup in there dripping on them, and they're singing about raptors in the woods or whatever the fuck's going on.
Is that a raptor in the woods? That must be Bigfoot just outside.
Like they have a bologna or something in a Ziploc, and somehow there's a big hole in it or something, because it's covered with ants. And then Ashley's like, no. And Mary Kate's like, that's the deal with camping, Ashley. You have to eat these ants.
No, I think it is perfectly acceptable to say I'm not eating that fucking bologna.
It's just a little dirty. It's still good. It's still good.
She'd already ordered pizza anyway, or was that the lead up to the pizza?
That was a lead up to pizza.
Yeah.
By the way, Ashley has like a click remote. Like she has a magic remote, which is just an aside in this. They don't even bother to explain or really talk about it. No. But it happens because she pulls out a remote and it makes her tent automatically set up for her. The other girls notice this. Yeah. So it was magic that it just magically set up like that. And they're like, oh yeah, well, who cares? Magic remote anyway.
That happened and we were talking and I'm like, wait, what did they say about this? And then we rewound it and it turns out it was nothing. They said nothing to lead up to this.
Explain
She's
that.
just like, you know what? Magic.
I have a magic remote. Deal with it.
Because she knows how to buy stuff or something.
I thought you didn't know much about camping, but I do know where to get everything.
At the mall, there's no time to waste.
Oh, and then with the food, they're like, finally, we get to choose what we eat at last. And it's like, at last? Like, when do you have parental supervision in any of these movies? Until, like, the very end, I guess.
Yeah, off-screen.
Off-screen mom.
Hey, kids, don't die out there.
Whatever.
Sleep tight. Dad's put out the fire. I'll have breakfast ready for you in the morning.
We expected them to open the fridge and then the parents' severed heads were inside it.
And they have like taps on the bottom of them. Like, this is what we call our youth juice.
Good one, Mary Kate.
Good one, Mary Kate.
Anyway,
let's eat some bugs.
Yeah, let's eat some bugs.
Leaves in the flowers, stink bugs in my sweet and sour, ants in my pants.
Oh, I did like the special effects during Mary Kate's solo song where she goes into the MMMBop music video for a little bit, just floating around whatever stock
footage. She's singing that do.
Yeah, pretty good.
Mighty waterfalls, furry animals.
I kind of wondered if in both solo songs it wasn't her, if she just dressed up like Ashley for that one, because like Ashley I think was the one that didn't like acting as much, so maybe it's like, I don't know, she could do both of them.
She nopes out of some of the plot here, because she's just like, I'm gonna close myself in the tent. Like when they're bugging her at the end, I wish that just happened again. They're like, yeah, you love camping now.
Ashley, are you coming? Sounds great. Tell me how it went. Don't you ever feel you're talking to a wall?
Yeah, like she says, I'm gonna stay in the tent and read, and then they start singing outside the tent. Like, fuck off.
Keep it down out there. You're making the stock footage of ducks fly away.
And you're scaring a crappy cutout of a T-Rex.
Our little stuffed bumblebees scared.
And that bumblebee was bigger than an elephant.
How would you say this compares to other of the party videos that we've watched?
It's probably one of the best because they face Jason.
Yeah, he comes out of that. I love they set up the thing with the boat, right? And then they're like, let's not use it. And then they never come back to it. They never come back to the boat.
So I've seen Mary Kate or Ashley on the boat and then Jason pulls them into the water.
And then they're like, nice try, Jason. Good one, Jason.
That was Brandon, who they thought was What happened to Brandon? The boy in the water.
Brandon. He's a dork. Maybe, but he's a cute dork.
You think whenever they were talking about their crushes, the other two friends got really sick of like the main character syndrome? They're always talking about their crushes. Like, we got things going on in our lives too, and like, shut up.
I just need more hungry woman.
I think the bloopers at the end of this one were less sad, but you could definitely tell, like, it's got the typical Ashley get mad bloopers they love to include.
Patience being tested.
Urge to kill rising.
Maybe we'll think of something before we go off. Oh my goodness. I missed so many lines, but that's okay.
Rising, baiting, rising.
I don't think this was as good as Mall Party and stuff. I feel like we've watched better party ones, and they were kind of out of ideas. But it had some funny stuff in it.
Yeah, amusing enough.
Camping's the bomb. Yeah.
Alright, let's do the next one.
We're super duper snoopers. First class private eye.
Hey, Phelan.
No.
No!
The original Apple eye product.
Yeah, the case of the Logical Eye Ranch. They were really ahead of their time. Yeah. There were some shenanigans in this one, I feel like.
There's a lot of vamping for time.
Yeah, a lot of things happen where I'm like, what? What? Mm-hmm. Excuse me?
Terrible stuff.
I feel like I got spoiled with the camping one, because you really don't have to talk about the plot that much. They go camping. And they have a party, and here it's like, what happened in it?
Stupid camping bollocks, and then this is like, we are wasting your time. We are bored. We are bored. Bored, bored, bored.
Another one
Nothing to do.
Nothing to do. Nothing to do.
That one went on so long, I thought, is half of this special, this song about how we have nothing to do, but then it turns out there was a lot of things happening afterwards, and I'm like, how long is this?
They kind of glance over a lot of that.
Yeah.
I mentioned too that the Nothing to Do song was extremely lazy too. It's them in front of their backdrop where they answer the phone, but they show the blatant set around it.
I feel like they've done that a lot. They sing a lot of songs.
It was lazy, and they're singing a song about being lazy.
Yeah, and they're wearing these thigh-high socks, and it made me uncomfortable.
Watch this.
There's a few things in this one where I'm like, it feels like we're on a watch list because of it.
Nothing to do, nothing to do. Yikes!
So this is another one of their mystery ones, and they're solving a stupid thing happening at a stupid place.
With some totally straight cowboys.
Yeah.
In not a three-way relationship together.
Yeah, they start out this one with another, we have nothing to do and we're out of ideas. Oh, first, you mentioned that one of them was playing a violin, and then the other one made fun of him.
Give it a rest, Sherlock.
So yeah, they get called by these very, very, very polyamorous gay cowboys who are like, we got a dragon on our ranch, the Logical Eye Ranch.
We're scared of cows.
Yeah, they sing a song about how they're scared of cows. They want to be cowboys, but they're scared of cows, and they sing that song.
I don't really want to be a cowboy, baby.
I'd like to be a cowboy, but ooh, I'm scared of cows. Moo, 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 how they scare me. Chuck's up wagon, yeah!
We're pretty sure that they're just living together in sin on this ranch.
In sin?
They're not married. Living in sin. So
you get one of those three-way marriages.
Maybe it's four-way. Is Dusty in on it, or is he likes to watch?
That's probably their setup. They go at it, and then he's in the window.
Dusty's like, this is my payment.
That's why I let you guys stay on my ranch.
We got excited as we watched the show.
Well, I can't go on seeing as how young you little lambs are.
Look, there's a lot of inappropriate, horny things going on in this. They go see Mrs. Willenheimer or whatever the fuck
she starts like doing a striptease behind them. She's so turned on by geological sites or whatever.
Yeah. What the fuck is this about?
Well, that was quite stimulating.
Shenanigans.
They barely solved anything too. They just go to this weird librarian who's turned on by like rocks and stuff.
Yeah, they didn't solve shit. Mrs.
Wickenheimer or whatever.
Whatever shit.
Marion Winklestammer.
Yeah.
Wilhelm Scream.
Wilhelm Scream.
When you have Marion on your team.
Yeah, she solved it. This is why it's called the Logical Eye Ranch, because I was trying to figure this out. I'm like, what is a logical eye? And then it's like some psychology term in a paper from the 20s, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck this is about, but apparently it was named after a map that they thought was of the ranch. I guess it was, but some letters were missing, and it said geological sites.
They show it in like capital I like almost every time in the actual thing, but on the tape it has a lowercase I like an eye product.
Yeah, very weird. Maybe Steve Jobs saw this and he's like, this would be really good for my products.
He's like, who killed the dinosaurs?
Who stole the great Hope Diamond? What killed the dinosaurs?
And he's like, you know what would be logical?
It's not logical. It's not logical.
But it's not logical.
It's not logical. Oh, Wind Whistler would fucking love this. Maybe she wouldn't love the song though, because she'd be like, it's ironic that it's not logical what they're singing about not logical.
But that is illogical.
Illogical! Illogical!
Illogical!
It's not logical. Is there Elmer's glue on the sole of my shoe?
This was the Isn't It Ironic of the Mary-Kate and Ashley franchise. No understanding of what logic is.
Red and yellow make tangerine? Is that logical?
It's not logical that these two colors make this color. Like, what are you talking
they're
about?
Like, red and orange make tangerine. How's that illogical? It's like the color in between them. Yeah, I guess it's logical. You
can just say anything. Like, you should just be like, oh, it's when you put your hands underwater, it's wet. Illogical. Like, what? You're just saying things.
Fucking magnets. How do they work?
It's not logical.
You two have failed.
Explain to me how it's not logical, Mary-Kate and or Ashley.
Good one, Mary-Kate.
Good one, Mary-Kate.
They promised on the back of this that there was new songs. They said, includes the Olsen twins' new songs, and the first thing they list is Mystery Theme, which is on the beginning of all of these. That's not a new song.
Not new.
And then the last one, at the end of the day, they have the gall to play one of the songs from How the West Was Fun. It's not even part of this special.
Yeah.
The credits just starts playing something from another movie.
Not even a good part of it. There's no Gaffooly or anything.
There's no Gaffooly Land? What the fuck are we even doing? Their worst song was the It's a Lot of Rock song. They sing It's a Lot of Rocks.
They go to Vasquez Rocks.
Yeah, man, 10
they
million
see
times.
Kirk fighting the Gorn and they're like, oh, that's where the dinosaur print came from.
Just a lot of rocks, lot of rocks, lot of rocks, lot of rocks.
That song sucked because there was no lyrics other than a lot of rocks, and then they just kept singing that over and over, and we're like, when's this gonna end?
Yeah, really testing your patience with a lot of bits in this one.
Oh, gee.
Not O-G, G-O.
They investigate this, they find dragon boogers.
Dragon boogers. Dragon boogers.
This is not a dragon's booger.
The boogers, even though it's like apparently dragon shit more.
Yeah, I feel like they were gonna say dragon poop, but they weren't allowed to say it, so they said booger. But it looks like dragon shit, like you had a big diarrhea dump.
Much like the oil at the end looks like a big diarrhea spray coming out. It's way too brown to be oil.
I feel like it's illegal to watch this. I'm sorry, Matt, to force you to watch these two children being dunked in shit.
Put something real stinky in our water well.
The solving of this case is illogical too, though, because they think it's a dragon. Then it's like, oh no, it's just dinosaur prints that have been sitting here forever.
Yeah, they were fossils that they didn't know were fossils. Apparently didn't notice for a while.
It's like two raptor prints. I don't know if someone was like making a cast of them or something, and then they just sat there. Like, what the fuck was that?
You making a cast of them?
Because it looked like there might be plaster inside the prints or something. I'm not sure
maybe.
what was going on.
It's probably just how they did the effect whenever they did.
Yeah, it might be. I didn't know. Did someone discover these before and forget? Or like, what happened?
They're all very stupid, is the thing. It was not dragon boogers, it was oil, because apparently there was a bunch of trapped gases and stuff, and that was what was...
A lot of trapped gases.
P.U.
Yeah, and then they discover oil, and they go like, fuck climate change and the environment as they dance around it.
Yeah, let's get sprayed with the shit. I mean oil.
And then you think it's done, right? It's reached its stupid conclusion. And then they're like, oh yeah, I guess a fucking stupid CGI dragon was there that we made for $2 in 1990, whatever. Why are they throwing this in? I don't think in any of the other ones they threw in like a wah-wah, like actually the stupid thing we thought it was real. It was usually like, oh, there is a logical explanation. But then they went the least logical.
This ranch is not logical.
They went unlogical in the logical line.
Almost as good as their old cutout of the T-Rex in the camping.
That's what it was, making them.
What we've got here is the fossil of a dinosaur.
A dinosaur?
Was it really his diarrhea, though? It was...
Justy, you got some wicked diarrhea.
P.U.
You got diarrhea in the chili, Dusty.
I'm just happy that those cowboys were happy together at the end. And they got rich off of their dirty oil with Dusty.
The dirty money.
Their dirty money. And then the sisters went back to playing violin and they're like, yeah, can it, Sherlock?
They went back to biking across the country. All the parents were like, it's okay if we watch them from the window. Their
little sister, Lizzie Olsen, who never went on to do anything, was in this one. Cameo from Elizabeth Olsen, who was never a successful.
So weird she never had a career.
This one introduces Lizzie Olsen.
And then she immediately needs to B-U-T-T out. No one will ever remember you.
Your acting career will fail. No Lizzie fan clubs, huh? Yeah, the first time that we did one of these videos and then Lizzie Olsen was in it and then I said she never did anything, I legit didn't know she was in those famous movies, but everyone thought we were making a joke about how she was so famous now, and then I was like, yeah, that's what it was.
Do you know how to get to 7th Street? It's right over there, silly.
You'll never be as famous as us, Lizzie, never!
Was that true?
Yeah, like, you might have known, but I didn't. I legit just thought, like, she's not as famous as them.
Oh.
They were making fun of her.
How'd you get the bubble gum out of our little sister's hair?
We'd seen her IMDb before.
No, legit, I was dumb and I didn't know, and now people know. They're gonna comment like, you idiot! I've still never seen The Avengers. Saw Doctor Strange, too. I saw her in that. She was in it, and they didn't tell her to B-U-T-T
Doctor Strange made that shitty dragon appear. He's like, shitty dragon, I've come to bargain.
Yeah, that's Disney Marvel money for you. Wasting their money on this budget when they could be telling a good story. You know, you can't make up for bad writing with a bunch of effects.
Only they had a dragon puppet at the edge of the camera coming together.
We know dragons aren't real. Doesn't make any sense. Sense meant. Some things just aren't logical.
I feel like I revealed a few embarrassing things in this.
Yeah, cut that.
There's that, and then there's the Suburban Nights, was just complete embarrassment.
No one knew about it till you revealed it here.
Yeah, well now the world knows. You know what? There's a scandal in this.
Scandal.
Anyway, we have anything else to say about the logical
scandal?
Eye, Logical Eye. Oh, I was thinking of the Magic Eye, you know, those like Magic Eye books. I was like, wasn't those books? But that's not Logical Eye. That's
it's not logical.
It's not logical.
None of this is logical.
But that is illogical.
But does it make any sense to you?
Anyway, let's watch the next thing. We're done.
All right.
You need momentum. You need momentum.
They have like a guest director for that scene, Dan Schneider.
I was like, should we do a Dan Schneider joke in this? But it's just
typical.
They started with the feet, and then they started with the chocolate, and then I'm like, what the fuck's going on? I was thinking in some of the other jokes we were making, it's like, maybe it's a bit of a stretch. What here is fetish content, what here is like, we shouldn't be watching. But this episode immediately starts with the sisters dancing, and then their bare feet, and then they're covered in chocolate, and they're sliding in it, and this goes on for a long time.
Didn't make any sense, dude. They're just like, oh, let's watch this music video or something. And they throw food on the floor to dance in it, and then afterwards they're cleaning it up, and it's like, good one, Mary Kate.
This was the dumbest, most ridiculous, most stupid thing we've ever done.
Good one, Mary Kate.
This is the most uncomfortable I've ever been watching a Mary Kate and Ashley thing, is them sliding around in fucking chocolate. They were 16 when they filmed this. This is no bueno.
That's no good.
This is the same tape that we watched last time when we watched So Little Time. The episode before this was the massage. So it was focusing on massaging these underage girls and being addicted to massages. Now we get this. Something don't pass my smell test here. Something's going on with So Little Time.
All of these shows were bad.
It's called So Little Time because they had so little jail time for the people who created this.
Watch this.
I was scared that in the behind the scenes they were going to show them doing the chocolate thing, and I'm like, we don't need more of this.
Just dinking around.
There's a lot of things that go on behind the cameras that are actually funnier than the things that go on in front of the cameras. It's like there's another show back here.
So we sure have fun on the set.
Can you believe sometimes funnier things happen off screen than on?
Like,
yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, pretty much saying it's like, it's funnier behind the camera than what happens in front of it. It's like, damning your show, aren't you?
Hard to believe this was a one-season wonder.
Don't air that stuff.
So what was the plot of Larrypalooza, Phelan?
Laugh tracks.
Laugh tracks.
Give me that.
What's going on?
Mary, Kate, and Ashley, whatever their character names are.
Riley and something.
Riley and something Kate.
Whatever. Yeah.
They have to enter a war of the bands.
People are dressing like they're in rock bands.
Yeah,
there's
dressing like they're
walking
there's
around.
Kiss and stuff like that. I was about to say The Crow. I'm like, that's not what I mean.
Adjacent.
Yeah. They enter it for no real reason, and then we don't know the conclusion to it because they don't bother to say how they did it.
They don't say who won. They just end and they're like, you don't care. Then when they're practicing, they go to lifeguard towers for no reason to talk to the audience. I don't recall this being in the massage one. I don't know why they did this.
Yeah,
Were they lifeguards?
Yeah, like, was this a weird thing they did? Because they just talk to the camera when they go to the lifeguard tower.
Yeah.
He's expecting Mitch to come out and be like,
Yeah.
what does Mitch know about Mary, Kate, and Ashley? Everything's stupid.
They're not lifeguards on this cover here. They're just wearing berets. This is only called Hanging Out, so I don't know if that's the theme. They're hanging out.
Hanging out, sure.
Just hanging out, hanging out with the family.
Regardless, they don't show anything to do with lifeguards or
No,
anything
there's
other than they're at a lifeguard tower with their guitars nonsensically. Like
we
this
gotta
was a set they
practice.
had?
Let's go to a lifeguard. It was a set because we saw in behind the scenes that it's just on a set for some reason.
The only thing I could think is that was just a set they had, and they're like, let's film on it because we need somewhere for them to address the audience.
It's weird. They're like, well, let's go there to practice, but then the whole episode is about the fact that they're practicing in the living room, annoying their mother.
Do you have children? If they ever develop an interest in music, discourage them!
Presumably this is just their house and not an apartment, but you don't know because it's huge.
I think it is an apartment.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to practice in an apartment that loud, but I guess that makes sense because the trailer was a fucking mansion.
Yeah, I say it's a trailer that the father lives in, but it's like, that's awfully big for a trailer.
What are you talking about? Like, how big is this trailer?
Would not fit on the road.
I'm tapping into a whole new sense of design here.
Huh, to what do you owe this creative awakening, Macy? Eating all my Ritz bits?
Jake.
Oh, weird too. Like, the mother just breaks into her ex-husband's trailer to live there because the girls are annoying her with their band. The ending is he gets her out of there by pretending she has to do all these weird things to flush the toilet, and raccoons show up all the time. She's been there for like days at this point. How would she not know these things if they were true?
Hard to believe she never used the restroom at any point while she was there.
You know, I wouldn't worry about the bats. They're usually mating this time of year. Works every time.
They just needed to end the episode, but they don't tell us how it went. They sing a song,
it's so weird.
Like, you'll never know who won the Battle of the Bands. I guess the real winner was Friendship, right?
Friendship? Not friendship with that girl.
No,
the
not
girl.
Yeah, I guess it's called Larrypalooza because one of the characters named Larry. I guess he has a crush on Riley. I think Riley is the one.
And she only wants him when someone else is interested.
Yeah.
And she doesn't really learn a lesson about that.
No.
Doesn't
leave us
like
hanging on that one.
Yeah.
We'll
they get this.
Does this mean that we're finally going together?
Get a life.
I love you too!
The other sister has a thing with the bass player who's like a classical music player, and at one point he's like, oh, yeah, maybe we could like each other, and she's like, no, you're a dork, and that's the end of that, I guess.
She does appear to be publicly displaying affection, which is against school policy. I don't suppose you and I might ever test that restriction. I didn't think so.
He's a dork.
I guess her reaction was kind of funny. I feel like, you know, we don't give them a lot of credit for their acting skills sometimes, but I mean, like
it's better than what it was in the mysteries.
Yeah, I do think as they grew up, they did learn how to act better. But they just didn't have a lot of really funny jokes to go with in this, and some of this was just creepy.
I can't believe you let Tanya play you like that.
I guess I'm just a sucker for a girl who doesn't run screaming out of the room when I walk in.
I guess I can see how that could kind of be a turn on.
No, sometimes they just play a laugh track at people saying something. It's not even really a joke.
Yeah.
We have to go now.
And then the scene ends, and you're like, what? Like, I guess they didn't have really an idea for this scene. And
what are we waiting for? Let's sign up. Okay.
We've only seen one episode of this show. I mean, I think I saw some of it on ABC Family back in the day, but from what I recall of the one we watched, I don't really remember anyone's relationships, who all these people are, what the real premise of the show is, so it's a little confusing jumping in. You don't have to explain everything every episode, but you do have to kind of make it clear who these people are and what their relationships are for, like, the random viewer that's coming in. But I was just confused.
What the hell was that?
I think, like, it's hard to come back from that beginning, and then they end it with, like, I blame it on something. What did they blame it on?
The media.
The media? Like, what?
Blame it on the media.
It's not our fault. I blame the media.
That was the big joke.
Why did we dump chocolate and bananas all over the floor to slide in it and all that? Oh, the media.
Blame the media.
What?
Good one, Mary Kate.
Good one, Mary Kate.
Fucking suck. Is there anything else about Larrypalooza you want to talk about?
No.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
So let's rate these. Okay. The triple feature. There's really no winners, I don't think.
We're all losers in this.
If I have to rate them, I would say number 1 is the Logical Eye Ranch. Second is the Camp Out Party. So Little Time, I feel like, is always going to be on the bottom. This fucking sucks, but the stuff at the beginning with all the fetish shit puts it square at the bottom. It's down here. How would you rank them, Phelan?
Camping's number 1. Because the Jason shit.
He didn't show up. You just made it up. It's the top because of what you thought it could be.
Because of what it could be.
And really, the potential is what brought it to the top.
Doing river dance time out eating bugs. Very stupid.
The bumblebee was pretty good.
The bumblebee
too,
and the T-Rex cutout. And the magic remote. The magic remote. Like, what the hell was that?
Okay,
they had a magic remote.
But they had a CGI dragon in this one. Which was pretty good. And the gay cowboys.
Which is why it's 2 and then So Little Time the bottom.
They did have the oil shit at the end, which was pretty creepy.
That was very... it shows them dancing. It's like, if it's shit or oil, you shouldn't be doing that.
No, not
I don't care what it is.
Healthy.
Inappropriate. And then they just took that shit right to their So Little Time episode.
Yeah, it really was the logical lead into that one.
Mm-hmm.
It's not logical.
If I had to rate them, F.
F.
Rubbish.
D.
Baloney.
D+.
D+.
Balderdash.
Sure.
It lacks credibility. For crying out loud.
Well, how do we end this?
And we dance and shit.
Yeah.
It's a wrap!
Is Dusty in on it, or is he just he likes to watch? You see dust flying up as he will that get us demonetized? Maybe you censor that, Matt, and people use their imagination.
I tried to milk a whole